Hello, everyone. Welcome to Art Lounge. I'm pretty excited. There's going to be some big news today, and I will start off by sharing with you the schedule. This is going to be the change. I'm going to try to stick to this as much as possible. The goal is to stick to it. Just rearrange some things. So the stream is only going to start at 8 p.m., 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern. So on Monday, we're going to have at 8 p.m. figure drawing and then drawing comics at 9. On Tuesday, it's going to be figure drawing and project at 9. Wednesday, figure drawing and coloring comics at 9 p.m. Thursday, figure drawing and project at 9 p.m. And Friday, this is going to be a new thing, is going to be the critique day. And I'm going to spend both hours, 8 and 9 p.m., just giving you guys pointers and helping you improve the work that you submit. Now, your question is, how do I submit it, right? Well, this is where we're going to get to next. But first, I just wanted to do like a brief overview of it. I think that it's best to have figure drawing every day. It's going to keep you guys inspired for those of you who are learning to draw, who are tuning in to get drawing tips and ways you could improve your drawing. So I think it's just going to help everybody kind of stay focused, stay inspired. Remember all the things that you learn as I do a review from day to day of everything throughout the week. Yeah, I think it'll help everyone in that stream. And then I'm going to do an hour of all the other streams right after it. That's going to go on for a while. I'm also, hoping you guys can post some comments, post your preferences and feedback on these streams, so I can get a better idea of which streams you actually want to see more of. All right, so with that said, I'm going to post this as well. I'm going to post it on the social media, so that way you guys can take a look at it and keep it, save it, take a screenshot of it, so that way you just kind of know what the schedule is going to be like from this point. It's going to start next week, so starting Monday, I'm going to be only streaming at 8 and 9 p.m. I wanted to continue to do it in the afternoon, but I have other projects that I have to take care of as well, so it's just going to get really complicated, and this way I'm going to be able to do both. I'll be able to do the project and also stream at night. Okay, so with that said, I want to move on to the big news. This is pretty exciting. This is something that I've been working on for a while, and this is going to give you guys an opportunity to be more involved with Art Lounge, to get involved in the stream, to get involved with the community, to get to know each other. So without further ado, this is it right here. So this is the Art Lounge Patreon page. And I just wanted to go over with all the different tiers that you guys can select from. There's 6 tiers altogether. Starting with the very first one, it is the $2 a month tier. This is just a thank you for you guys, and just to be able to participate in Art Lounge with a contribution of $2. You get access to Discord server where you guys can get to know each other. It's going to be a way for everybody from all the different social media to come together into one channel and discuss things, share ideas, share your interests in art, whatever it is. Doesn't have to only be stream related. It's just a place for people to get to know each other and just share stuff with each other. You can post images there, you can post links to videos and that sort of thing. So with $2 a month, you get access to that, and I will start doing credits at the end of the stream. So your patron name is going to be listed in the credits. You also get access to a patron-only community. Then we got the next tier right here. This is tier 2, all access patron. So you get access to all the work that I've been doing, exclusive content, things that I'm only going to be posting on Patreon. I'll be posting little sneak peeks on other social media, but if you wanted to see full access or get full access to the completed projects or anything that I'm working on, this tier is it. So you get work in progress, behind the scenes, access to finished pages, and all the previous benefits from tier 1. So you get access to Discord server, and you get your patron name listed in credits. Then this is the exciting one. This is the one that is going to apply for the critique day on Friday. I'm going to be spending 2 hours just giving you guys some tips. So if you want to submit your work to be critiqued live on the stream, where you get helpful tips, somewhere you can improve, get a chance to have your work featured on the stream as well. So if you're working on something, you want to show it to pretty much everybody that's going to be on Art Lounge, this tier is for you. You'll get access to Artist Submission Discord channel. This is just exclusive to people who are submitting work to Art Lounge. This is exclusive to tier 3. This is tier 3. So it's going to be only exclusive to tier 3 members. You guys can talk with each other. You could talk about, the stream itself. You could talk about the progress you're making, or just some things that you want to discuss with each other about, the whole drawing process, what you're going through, what are some things that you use or tips that you have for others, and just talk with each other about your work. So that tier is going to have access to that. So there are requirements for it in order to make it better for yourself. Even you want to get used to creating images that are in good size. So to submit, it should be 16 pixels by 1600 by 1200 pixels in either order. So it could either be landscape view or portrait, but just somewhere in this range. So make sure you look out for that when you're submitting. And then just direct message me, either through Patreon or on Discord. I don't support any pornography on there. There's just going to be a bunch of people who are viewing it, and I don't know what everybody's age is, so none of that. It won't be selected if you guys send that out. So yeah, direct message me your patron name and submission on Discord, and that way, I'll know that you guys were the patron for tier 3, and I'll look at the work and we'll take it from there. And then it's also gonna give you an opportunity to promote your social media. So if you have a social media, if you have like Instagram, if you have a website or any other ones, and you want to promote it, that's going to be a perfect opportunity. So along with me critiquing your work, showing you some tips, showing you areas you could improve, I'm going to be doing over the image. It's going to be digital. I'm going to be using Clip Studio Paint, and I'm going to be doing work over that layer to just demonstrate on areas that you could improve within your drawing. And I'll also post your social media. So if you have an Instagram, DeviantArt, etc., include that as well, and I'll show that on the stream when I'm critiquing the work, just to give you more exposure and have other people see your other work as well. The amount of times you could submit, it's still open, but it really depends on how many submissions I get. So if it's going to become a lot of submissions, I'm going to have to limit how many times you can submit your work throughout the month. But for 15, you could submit it. You keep submitting it when you make improvements on it. It just might change depending on how many people start submitting it. So for this one, you get live stream critique and promotion. for this tier. For tier 3, you get the artist submission Discord channel where you guys can interact with each other. You get access to finished pages, so pretty much everything else from the previous tiers as well. You get access to work in progress behind the scenes. Whoops, I just noticed that it's not showing. Trying to take a look and see. Just give me a second, guys. I want to make sure that it's showing up for you to see it. So going back to this again. Right. So this is tier 3, critique submission. And just give you a second. I will be posting the link to the Patreon, so you don't have to. If you miss some of the stuff, you can take a look and see for yourself as well. Read about it. I'm pretty much reading whatever is written on there. So getting back to it, you get the live stream critique and promotion. You get artist submission Discord channel, access to finished pages, things that I'm working on, work in progress behind the scenes. You get access to the Discord server for you guys to connect with everybody. So you get 2 channels. You get the main channel that pretty much everybody is going to have access to, and then you have the exclusive channel for tier 3. So that will be the artist submission Discord channel. Then moving on, we got and this is an exciting one. This is the Kickstarter patrons. You'll be the first few patrons to get your portrait drawn. So when you pledge to this tier, I will paint a high resolution digital portrait of you on stream and personally send you the finished portrait to have as you will. Like, you could do whatever it is that you want to do with it. You could use it as your social media profile or avatar for other social media, whatever it is, it's going to be yours. I highly encourage for you guys to have masks, makeup, glasses, expressive face expressions, hats, accessories. Any of those things would be great for everybody. I think it would make it an interesting stream. It'll be an interesting profile, but it's not required. You don't have to do that. If you just want to send me your portrait from the head down to like about your chest, I'll be working on that live stream. And that's going to be in the project stream. It might change at some point. I might just substitute the project stream with portrait stream. So instead of having Thursday being drawing basics and project stream repeating for the week, I'm just going to have it dedicated to, painting digital portraits, painting the Kickstarter patrons. So, right, you get everything else, high resolution digital painting of you, which I'm going to send to you, work in progress behind the scenes, access to finished pages, patron name listed in credits, and access to the Discord server. And you get to, there isn't one specifically for it, unless you guys would prefer that. I think it's just gonna, the main Discord server or channel would be pretty good, I think, for everybody to see and talk about this tier. Then we got the tier 5 artist promotion. And this is going to be a great way for people who are more intermediate, more advanced, and they really want to get like airtime, share their art, share whatever it is that they're working on, get exposure put out there, and just can be part of the Art Lounge community. So if you want to get airtime, if you want to get promotion, this tier is for you. So if you're a comedian, a dancer, a musician, an architect, an animator, painter, poet, performance artist, filmmaker, or just an artist interested in sharing your content, this is it. This is a good tier for you. It's $25 for submission. You don't have to stick to it every month. If you want to do it once, just sign up for it once and make sure that you cancel it. I'm still trying to figure out if there's a different way to do it where you could just submit for a one-time contribution, but I think at the moment this is what Patreon is showing. I got to do a little bit more research for it. So yeah, you could submit it once and then cancel before the next month to make sure that it's not reoccurring. And this goes for artist submissions as well. So if you're in tier 3 and you just want to do a one-time submission, make sure that you cancel before the next month. So yeah, you'll get 5-minute airtime at the beginning of the stream where I'll then introduce you, share your social media link, and play your video that you submitted, as well as promote you on all the social media prior to the stream. So just the same way as I'm promoting, I'm about to go live. I have an account on pretty much all of them, so I'm going to be promoting you through all of those social media platforms prior to the stream starting. That way you guys can get more exposure. So include some sort of image that I can use, like a cover image or a cover photo of something that you would like to be the face of the promotion. And that way it's going to be a lot better. I don't want to take up the promotion space when I'm introducing you guys on all those social media. I'd rather use, let's say, a cover that you have for your album, a cover that you want to have people see of your work prior to the intro in the stream. So it's just going to be a 5-minute video. So it does require for you to do a little bit of editing. I think iMovie is pretty simple. I picked it up, I was able to do it, and you just put it together. Put the images together. If you're, let's say, an illustrator, you could do 5-6 images and whatever it is that you want to talk about. It doesn't have to be exactly 5 minutes. It could be under. But in order to give more people opportunity within the time frame, if let's say there's 3 people, that's going to be 15 minutes of the stream dedicated to each artist, to the 3 artists, basically. So I want to keep it at 5 minutes max. So within that time frame, you guys could do whatever it is. It could be 2 minutes, it could be 3, it could be 5. But yeah, this is going to be a chance for you to do that. You could do, so as I was mentioning, you could do a 5-minute video of all this stuff. So I'll get into that in a minute, but just wanted to talk about the other parts. So here we are. You'll also get access to the Tier 5 members only channel, where you guys can interact with each other. You could talk about whatever it is that you're working on. You could get to know each other, and possibly even do, a collaborative video that you want to submit next time with each other, whoever it is that you meet within this channel, or who you connect with in this channel. So it's a great opportunity for intermediate and advanced artists to share their resources, network with each other, and it's going to be a channel just dedicated to that tier. So Tier 5 members only channel access when you submit. So moving on, important note for getting selected. Now I'm just doing this because, it's going to be, I'm trying to avoid any sort of spamming or any of that sort of stuff. So this is just an important note. Make sure you subscribe to Tier 1 before you subscribe to this tier. I don't want you to put in $25 and then it doesn't suit the submission. I don't want to, I wouldn't want to break that to you and also have to refund the $25 and so on and so forth. It just seems like it's going to be a lot. So make sure you do tier 1, which is $2. Send me a message on Discord with a way to find you on social media. So if it's on Instagram, you could type in Instagram and give me your Instagram name or whatever other social media you have. I'm going to look you up. I won't be opening links because, some people send bad links and I'm trying to avoid that. So make sure you just include a name of a way that I could find you on social media. So and it's easy to find you on there. So make sure you double check with yourself before you submit, for me to be able to find your profile. You could send a link, let's say if it's like Tumblr dot whatever the name is, and I'll look you up through that. So that's fine. But any like abstract link that doesn't really have like a popular social media address, I won't be opening that. So you have to, if you're going to be submitting stuff, it has to be easy for me to take a look at and see. There's also a website called Imager, where you could just upload images there if it doesn't work. But you could do it through Discord. That's the reason why, that's one of the biggest reasons why I have the Discord channel, is that you could submit images on Discord. So you could even submit an image of your profile where it's easy for me to look at, and I'll know, okay, amongst all the profiles, this is them. Whatever it is, you can get in contact with me and we could go from there. So the other tip is, when making the video, dress to entertain and invoke style, beauty, and intrigue. This is something that I want to do in the channel. I want people to see really interesting stuff and see effort put into the work and just inspire people, and I think you see these TikTok videos and people are wearing sweatpants and, there isn't really much style to it. There isn't really much theatrics, I want to say. So so when you are making these videos, dress to impress. Make it a good video for everybody to enjoy. Tip number 2 is the social media account must have at least 2-month history. I'm trying to avoid spoof accounts where it's just like 1 or 2, 3 images. I want to see that you guys are really into it. Like you're taking the time to actually build up your portfolio, build up your work. It has to have at least 2-month history and posts on there, like many posts, consistent posts, like, if it's something 2 years ago, unless it's really, really good, it's most likely I'm going to give the space to somebody else, who's more into the work that they're doing. So 2-month history, have posts, have consistent posts. If you've been published or exhibited, toured, or live performed, that's even greater chance for me to select your work to be featured on Patreon. So again, remember, this is the advanced and intermediate tier. So I trust you guys have that sense of judgment with your work. You could tell. And if you've exhibited, if you've toured and live performed, that's already a good indication that you have a pretty good chance of getting selected and being featured on the stream. Or have a viewable large body of work. So even if you didn't exhibit, tour, or live performed, if you just have a large body of work, if I look at your profile and there's a lot of stuff on there and it's pretty consistent, you have a pretty good chance of being on the stream. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. I just put in that as a way to say, hey, you're doing pretty good. Once you got these down under your belt, you should feel confident to submit your work. Some ideas, I think this will make it more interesting for musicians. You could send a video file with audio and a cover of your album, so you don't necessarily have to be in person on the video. Like, you don't have to actually show face or anything like that. It could just be the cover of your album and then just have music playing in the background. And then if you want to talk about it after, as long as it's within 5 minutes, that's a good, that's a green light. For writers, you could send a video file with audio and your book cover. So it's kind of the same idea. You know, you're creating a video file using iMovie or any other like video editing tool. So it does require you to get a little bit more technically savvy with it, but it's not a lot of work. And it's worth it. You're going to be on the stream. You're going to get promotion time. And I'm sure if you're an intermediate advanced artist, you might have a little bit of knowledge when it comes to that. So you want to send in, if you're a writer, you could send in a video file with audio and your book cover or page that you're reading from. But I do encourage in-person videos more. Like if you're a musician, you got a music video, great, send that in. The more creative the music video, the better. That's excellent. That's actually what I'm looking for. But the other example, that's great too. For writers, as I was saying, you could send in a video file with audio, like you reading in a background, and a cover of the page that you're reading from, or just a book cover that you're reading from. And I'll play that 5-minute video. For illustrators, it's kind of similar idea. You could just create a video, like a slideshow of your images, like 5-6 images, however many you want, as long as it's within a 5-minute period. You could throw those in there and have music playing in the background or whatever else. You guys come up with it. As I mentioned, the more creative the video, the better. So you have that 5-minute time slot, so you could do whatever. You can talk about your work, you play music or whatever else. And comedians, like if you're a comedian, and when I say illustrator, I mean architect as well. It could be pretty much anything to do with working on paper. So as long as that's there, if you're doing collage, if you're doing paintings, if you're doing drawings, any of that stuff, working on paper, you're in that illustrator category. So all this could apply to you. You could send in a video file with a slideshow of that work, and I'll show it. And it doesn't necessarily only have to be illustrators. So if you do other content, if you're an animator, that's an obvious one. You could just send in a 5-minute video with audio of the animation, you talking about it. If you're, let's say, if you do stop motion animation, that's already a video file, so that's pretty much the same. So just giving you guys a broader spectrum here. It doesn't necessarily have to be only these categories. It doesn't only have to be musicians, writers, illustrators, comedians. It could be just anything in between that period. And as I mentioned, submit it for consideration. That's why I was saying, if you're going to do it, make sure you do it through Tier 1 first. Join Tier 1, send me a message on Discord with your submission, or like I mentioned, social media that shows your work, so that way I could look through it and I could be like, okay, green light, that's great. Really like your profile. Join this tier, join the $25 tier. And then once you do, you could send me the link to the video, whether you could either upload it on YouTube and share that link. But we could talk about that once the Discord conversation starts going. We can really get into the details about, how you could submit it, etc., and that sort of thing. If you have more questions, you could ask me through there and we could figure it out. So yeah, for comedians, you can also send that's an obvious one. You could do an audio file. So you could just do, a 5-minute set with like an image of an avatar or whatever it is that you want to use as the image for viewers to see while the audio is playing. So just read through this, look through the Patreon. I'm going to post this link. I'm going to upload it so you guys can take a look yourself. And if you have any questions, send me a message through any of the social media platforms that I've listed on there. and I could answer it. You could always catch me on live stream, and you could ask me questions there for submissions. So what you will get in this tier is 5-minute promotion time on stream, tier 5 members only Discord channel, as I mentioned, where you guys can network with each other, share resources, talk about ways you guys can maybe exhibit together even, or have a collaborative video that you want to submit for Art Lounge. You get access to finished pages of my work. You get your name listed in credits, and as I mentioned, access to the Discord server, which is pretty much the general server, as well as the tier 5. And next, the final one is the tier 4 private tutoring. So if you want to get more personal, you don't want to be live on live stream. You don't want that to be the thing for you. You want to get more personal tutoring. This tier is for you. So after you send me something that you're working on or want to improve on, now again, this could be any, you could be at any level. If you're jumping into drawing, you're starting out drawing, send me something that you're working on. Send me something that you've done in the past, so I get an idea of like where your level is, where you want to go from there. And after that, I'm gonna send you a 15 to 30 minute video per week. So one video per week. That's gonna be 15 to 30 minutes. Either drawing over like a critique basically, and showing you ways that you could improve, that you can get better. And it really depends on how much work you do. So you're always going to get 30 minutes max, but depending if you do a lot of work or not as much, it could be 15 minutes or it could be 30. So really, it's just kind of in between there. Most of the time, I'm pretty sure 30 minutes is going to be the standard for it. So 4 videos per month, basically, for this tier, and it's going to be, pretty personal sort of instructions on where you can improve. There's also going to be homework, so that you could improve even more. Since it's only going to be once a week, I want to give you guys assignments in areas where I think you need more improvement, so that way you could practice and get better. So it's not really, for any other purpose than that, just so that we can really work together to bring up your skill and for you to really start to see some improvement. You'll also get a private Discord channel. So whoever it is, each person is going to get a private channel for themselves. So nobody else will have access to it aside from me and you. And you could leave your progress there. You could leave comments. You could leave questions there. And I'll either write you back or I'll talk about it in the video that I'm going to send you. So you'll get 4 personal videos, as I mentioned, per month, PSD file, so you can take a look at it yourself, like see what's going on over there. So each time I'm going to work on it, each time I'm going to send you the video for that week's lesson, for that week's session. You're also going to get an updated PSD file showing you like where you could improve. You could look through it yourself, and as I mentioned, exclusive Discord channel where you could post all that stuff there as well. You get tier 4 members only Discord channel where you guys can talk with each other. If you're in that tier 4 members tier, you will get a channel for all of you guys to group together and talk about your progress and share anything that you have related or not. It's just mainly to build a community for specific tier members as well. And you get all the other benefits. So work in progress, behind the scenes, finished pages that I've done that are only going to be exclusive to patron members. Like I mentioned earlier, you're going to have access to you're gonna have access to the finished pages, but I'm only gonna show like sneak peeks on other social media. And you get access to Discord server, so the general server, and as I mentioned, your own personal channel on the Discord server, as well as the tier 4 members only Discord channel. And you get and you have your name listed at the end in the credits. So all this is going to be available for you at $65 per month. So take a look through it yourselves, guys. I'm going to post, like I mentioned at the end of the stream, I'm going to post this for you to read through. And as I mentioned, if you have any questions, if you got any comments. Oh, one last thing. Tier 4 is only limited to 15 people. It's just the amount of time that I'm going to have for that. It is time consuming, so I can't do more than 15 at the moment. Depending on how this goes, it could increase, but at the moment, it's only limited to 15 people. So that's pretty much it, ladies and gents. This is the big news. This is something that I've been waiting to reveal. And as the community grows, there'll be more features to come.